Thank you, copyright. Oh wait, yeah, they removed the swear word policy. Fuck you, copyright. The pantyless idol, Yuzuki Hirokawa, can now read the room. Season 2 of Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, aka Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus, starts with the 10th book. It takes place 1.5 years after the third movie, in September 2016. Season 1 starts April 2014. Yuzuki Hirokawa made her debut in Book 4, Rascal Does Not Dream of a Siscon Idol, and made her official character debut in Book 8, Rascal Does Not Dream of Sister Venturing Out. Well, major appearance. Her main characteristic was that she could not read the room, which, combined with her idol work, made her social life die and caused her to quit schooling. Okay, let's first get into the list of changes on each episode because I'm quick at this and I don't want to waste your time. Most of the changes are structural, moving shit around and all that, because this anime is really fast paced compared to the light novels. Episode 1. This anime adds 2 scenes that aren't in the light novel, first being the first scene after the opening song, and the second being right before Sakata goes to his second part-time job. They also add a scene from the previous movie, but that's not important. The first is to reintroduce Zuki and Doka, and also to give Mai more screen time. And then right after the mixer, which had 2 lines about Koga, which were cut, they skip Sakata going to his second part-time job to give Mai even more screen time early on. Well, they move it to later on in the episode, so they don't really skip it. This anime also cuts most of Sakata's commutes. Speaking of commutes, they move Akagi's introduction from Sakata's commute that morning to before lunch and before Yuzuki's interactions with her friends. Obviously, later that day, we get to see Sakata's second part-time job. Obviously, before that, we get the one-to-one recreation of Sakata and Mai's interaction in episode 1. The most important change of this episode is that they don't make any of the girls graduate from Sweet Bullet, because in the light novel 2 girls graduate from Sweet Bullet. That is because in 2018 they made the decision to cut 2 of the girls from Sweet Bullet and make it a 5-person idol group in the anime. It's not why they graduated in the light novel, but it is a fun fact. Oh yeah, they also moved a scene from Sakata's second part-time job to episode 4. With the little lady. I did have a joke about that last time I recorded it, but obviously I've seen episode 4 and 5 at this point, so yeah. Episode 2. The only major changes coming from this episode is changing who started the conversation at the lunch table about clothes and all that, from Miori to Sakata. The next one is changing it from the ad being at the train station to being on the train, and Sakata doesn't buy a magazine because obviously there's no magazines. They also cut Sakata and Zuki changing trains twice. They also make Uzuki have a major facial expression, whereas in the light novel she had no expression, according to Sakata. The Koga screen time was cut significantly. Here's where I would mention Saki, but you guys have already seen her in episodes 4 and 5, so that's not really a hint. The anime cuts Koga being jealous of Sara. Don't worry, she's too old for Sakata. The only other significant change is cutting half a line where Zuki says that some years not even one idol group gets to play at the Budokan or perform at the Budokan, I guess. Episode 3. There are 2 total changes worth mentioning in this episode. This is the section that got me copyrighted because I was glazing so damn hard I had to put a clip on screen for so long. The first is the concert. This is where Zuki loses her voice. In the light novel, it was a slow process. Sakata was talking about how good they were, and then she slowly got quieter, her steps were a step behind and all that. It was a slow process. Then the girls cover for her like Mai did back in season 1. But in the anime, it's not a slow process, she's immediately quiet, and the girls don't cover for her. Probably to make it obvious for the audience, us, not them. And the only other major change in this episode is the car ride home from the hospital, where Mai speaks up after Doka's rant. Both passengers shift in fear in the light novel because Mai is a scary professional lady. Nodoka sits up straight and Sakata shifts away from Mai, afraid he's going to get slapped again. Obviously, you know, the only time she's ever hit him in the show. There's 2 times. Yeah, the anime doesn't do all that just to keep the tone. They replace Nodoka's scared demeanor with a more stubborn one, which I feel fits her personality more and fits her emotions related to the scene more, especially in the anime. They also change Sakata's emotions in this scene from unsure to sure in himself and his reactions. knowing to let it play out, because he'll solve it. He's that guy. And there aren't a lot of implications from the changes in this 3 episodes, but the first and most important implication is Uzuki Hirakawa. In the light novel, she has this air about her, almost as if she's trying to keep up the status quo. Obviously, this is a part of her adolescence syndrome, but it's almost as if she's trying to hide it from us as well. Skipping Sakata's lines about not understanding what her issues are, despite spending the whole day with him, and that she only seems okay because she's so busy, is part of this implication, but mostly her facial expressions. There isn't anything wrong with the way the anime handles this. It's faster paced, it's much more difficult to deal with the you can explain so much more through pages than you can do animation. Well, easier, I guess, especially when you're on a time constraint like 3 episodes. In the light novel, it seemed like she was trying to say, there isn't anything wrong, I'm fine. But there's loads of pressure coming in, and she can understand why people were laughing. She didn't realise most of them weren't rooting for her, they were laughing at her, you know? It's difficult, because the anime had to show how hard hitting that revelation was. I think it does a great job of doing that, especially in that episode, right? Especially when you can't have the hard-hitting moment of her to slowly lose her voice at the concert, you know? Obviously, we got that scene anyway, but you can't wait that long. Talking about the concert, all the changes I said happened within the first song anyway. So pacing, real life pacing wise, I guess, there isn't a change. It's very important to understand that Sakata thinks they're really good. He doesn't listen to idols. He doesn't go very often in the light novels. He thinks they're really good. Really, really good. He thinks they're top tier. But Yuzuki's crushed under all this pressure. The slower part makes it seem like as she's out there performing, this pressure is increased. It's crushing her. She has to act now and she can't. But the anime makes it seem like the pressure made her give up before she even stepped on the stage. And that's just as good, I'd say. Maybe slightly worse, but you know. And the last thing that's important to this implication is that they skipped 2, well, they didn't skip, they removed 2 of the idols from graduating. For years, actual years, I wondered, how are they going to do this? There's already 5 idols, how are they going to cut one? They didn't. The light novel adds that extra depth. There's fear from all sides, from the other idol members, from Zuki. There's fear from all sides, and that makes it have more depth. But the anime trusts that you can understand, that you know what she's going through without that extra piece of depth. And you know what? That's fine. The second implication is likely going to be season-wide. I want to talk about episode 5. Sakata. Sakata in season 1 is a very different character from his light novel counterpart. In the light novel, he's more crass, he insults more, he pokes fun at some people's lowest moments. It lets moments where he turns down Koga be more realistic. It makes him saying that he doesn't give a shit if Futaba hates herself more real. It's part of what I like about him. This season, he has more agency than his light novel counterpart. I found that in the light novel, he stumbled across situations where he could learn more. And he takes that opportunity. Where in the anime, he puts himself in situations where he can learn more, then takes that opportunity. It's a very, very slight difference, and it's purposeful. It makes Sakata feel smarter, it makes Sakata feel like this is what he does. This is his thing, you know? He's been doing this, he's missed a year and a half, but he's doing it now. The anime fits in more with what it's trying to do with him and Mai's relationship. I think, I haven't reread these, fully, in not a video setting, in a while. And, in the anime, it feels like their relationship is more solid, more chemistry and all that. But I'd have to reread. It's clear they care about each other in the light novels, but his more urgency makes him feel more like Mai. Mai's begging him to go do the things he's wanting to do. Mai's begging him, not begging him, she's asking in later episodes. Sorry, I've just been thinking about episode 5 over and over again. Came out today's Saturday, by the way. Both versions care. They care a lot. And the fact that they can both utilize those situations despite putting themselves in there slightly different ways. And with all that implication done, obviously Sakata being slightly different was expected. Let's talk about the fun facts. Sakata's habit from season 1 of only buying drinks Mai's done commercials for is still alive and well. He doesn't actually buy one in this book, but he wants to. There weren't any stocked in the vending machine in episode 2. where he bought the water from. Nodoka has the same habit, since the water she gives him to make him sit down is actually a peach drink in the light novel, which is one Mai did a commercial for. Koga is the reason Kaede can work, because she took shifts when Sakata couldn't. During her cut screen time, she asks for the earphones in Zuki's commercial, and Sakata only says yes because she brings up his sexual harassment. It is a gift for her getting a referral to an all-girls college. It's important for later. During Sakata's introduction to Sara Himeji, before running into Koga, Sakata finds out Kenta has a crush on her. In episode 4, by the way. This bit's cut from that as well. Am I going to bring this up 2 episodes in a row? Kenta has a crush on Sara Himeji, which is brought up in episode 4. Kind of mentioned in episode 5. He uses that to make him shut up about boobs. And the last thing, Nodoka trusts Sakata to the same level of her own sister. I'd say lower, and I could say higher, but due to reasons for both of those, it balances out. This is due to her only having interacted with Sakata about her own issues, not with her, and her not knowing about any other event. This is less of a fun fact and more of me telling you a character relationship, because me skipping her in my last Bunny Girl Senpai video. Yeah, really sad that I skipped not at all. I made a joke out of it. This is the 3rd version of this script, by the way. It lets me edit in peace, however, I say. I've got a week, and then I have to focus on the next one. Keep in mind, I'm in the middle of editing a Bunny Girl Senpai video right now that's coming out Tuesday, so that's to happen. So from Tuesday to Friday. To Friday. I gotta edit this one. It should have been posted in July, but because of copyright, gotta upload it now. Ain't that sweet? Ain't shit sweet, nigga. I got so frustrated, I literally updated to Windows 11. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you when I see you, and this is a goodbye message, because I can't say goodbye properly. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.